trash?
Depends on the company that you're using.
Okay.
So some companies are going to say they recycle and they don't. Especially in an apartment complex. If it's Friday and you get missed that day and we're not coming back again until Monday, that means you went from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. By Monday, you're overflowing. You have rodents coming in and cats and everything. Now with there being rodents, you have snakes trying to eat between that and shrink wrap. The clean shrink wrap that doesn't have stickers and it's all the clear. If you have a lot of that, I have people who pay more for that than they do for metal.
Really? Welcome to another episode of the Mind Your Own Business podcast. I'm attorney Jerry Parisi, and with me today is Daniel McCormick. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Daniel McCormick.
Absolutely.
Night Owl Waste and OW. Welcome. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so how did you get the confidence to do it yourself?
Working for bigger companies and putting myself out there and really discussing the trash services and being held liable for these customers. They didn't know who to call behind the scenes. They knew if I have a problem, call me.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to be the face and I'm going to be the punching bag for the customers, why not take full advantage of it and just do it myself?
There you go. Yeah.
So that's essentially what it came down to.
Was it scary?
It has been.
Did you ever run your own business before?
I've tossed around the idea with several different things. I've always had a drive to own my own business. My mom owned her own mailing store, and then she and her sisters started a hair salon together.
Cool.
But so there's been entrepreneurship in the family. It was more of a you won't know until you try kind of thing. So I've started it off. We've had some small sales just to keep us afloat. But some of the big ones finally are coming into fruition. And so I'm excited for those.
Nice. Okay. So you started to answer my question.
Okay.
Was it scary? And then I cut you off. So how was it like to go out on your own and like?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the unknowns of whether this is going to work or the fear of you're going to forget something and then somehow it's going to come back and bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
So,
and then with the concussion, forgetting stuff is more real
all the time.
Yeah.
I had to have a pin say, okay, over here on this pad, we got everything that I've sold this week and here's the money that came in. Let's check it. Let's make sure we're balancing everything. My wife, she's working 12-hour days and coming home and saying, okay, brain check. We're gonna make sure you wrote down everything for the day. Did you do it? I'm like, yes, I did it.
Nice. So tell me about the business.
Okay. So Night Owl Waste is kind of a mixed hodgepodge of things that I've done in the past as far as waste and recycle, brokering, and then a little bit of the new thing, which is valet waste.
Okay.
And the valet waste is a concept that when you're out there selling trash services and you talk to people, they're like, hey, are you here for the valet? And, no, I'm here for the big dumpster out there to the side. And they're like, oh, yeah, I guess you could send us a quote on that. So there was that, well, what's with valet? What do you need?
Mm-hmm.
And that turned into a lot of people are asking me about valet. They must have horrible service. And it's just, the way the companies run it, it's not a owner coming out there. There's no ownership to it. They just hire a temp to come out and do the work.
Yeah, just some guy to like go pick stuff up. Right.
Yeah, and let me tell you, a guy that's going to pick stuff up and is paid $40 to go up and down several flights of stairs, carrying trash, and a lot of times they're like, you know what? I'm not going to show up today. And customers are paying for the service, so it needs to be done. So there's a whole different concept when I go out there because I am the owner going out there and doing it. It's my name on the line. It's my face that they know. And if they have an issue, they call me and I'm the one resolving it. Gotcha. So while it keeps me pretty small scale because of that, the hope is to find a way to develop a program to empower other people to be part ownerships of this and give them a bigger cut than just that $40 to handle a property.
Yeah. So they have some skin in the game. So they actually show up to work and take some pride in what they do.
They do, exactly.
Yeah. Interesting. So right now you're the one that does everything with the company. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
You're the owner and the operator.
Owner, operator. I have one other person that is assisting kind of as a 1099 contract. So they'll come through and they'll send me some stuff and I'll get it sold on the recycling end, and which we turn around and pay them a check out of that.
Gotcha. And what we're talking about, just for anybody who's not familiar, when you say trash valet, that's going to apartment complexes.
Exactly.
People people will leave their waste by the door, and then you'll go pick it up, remove it.
So yeah, apartment complex, you have a 300 unit apartment complex, and each person has their trash out there 5 nights a week. We're going out, up the stairs, down the stairs, taking the trash from each person's bin and taking it to the dumpster. A lot of times you have people who are like, oh, why would I pay for that?
Yeah.
The property managers actually love it because it holds accountability to one company for keeping the area clean. So their maintenance staff isn't going around picking bags of trash off the ground from where somebody put it on top of their car to drive down to the dumpster and it fell off and they're like, and they keep driving.
Yeah.
So it holds me accountable. If a bag's over there on the side, it was me. So they know who to call to come pick that up.
Yeah.
It also helps if they want to start any type of recycling program on site. Instead of everything getting shoved into a dumpster, we could set electronics out to the side, metal off to the side, and help give back to the sustainability programs for their apartment complex.
Gotcha.
It also helps because I have eyes on dumpster. I could say, hey, I notice it's pulled every week. You probably can go 2 weeks with it, so that would reduce your trash bill. So keeping eyes on it for them.
Gotcha. You mentioned at the beginning also, I think you said waste and recycling brokerage. Did I catch that?
Yes.
Explain that to me. I'm not familiar with that term.
The brokerage aspect of it, I can't be everywhere. I don't own trucks myself, but I have a lot of contacts that have good pricing and they work with me. And because I can bring in a whole bunch of other companies and business to them, they'll give me preferred rates. So whereas if Joe Schmo calls up Waste Management or whomever and says, I'd like a dumpster out at my house. Okay, it's going to be a $300 drop-off fee. The haul rate's going to be about $350, and then we're going to build in about 5 tons into that, so it'll be about $250 in disposal fees. Plus fuel environmental, you're going to look at about $1,000 for that dumpster. Whereas I can call up a local hauler and say, hey, can you guys get me a 30-yard dumpster to this site? And they say, sure. It's going to be about $450 for the dumpster to get there, and we'll cover the tonnage on that. Thanks. So then I go to the customer and say, hey, it's going to be about $500. I make a small profit. Just call me when it's done. It's a phone call. For one phone call, I get $50. Works for me.
There you go. And how did you get into that sort of side of the business?
Well, with all my experience in the waste world, that was my bread and butter, dealing with setting up hauls and coordinating pickups for customers on a weekly or monthly basis. And so it's simple enough to get paid $50 each one or do a small markup. So that way, one, they're getting a better rate, but two, going in, I'm able to help coordinate and talk to them about the trash and say, hey, you don't need that many hauls, or have you thought about recycling this material that you have in there, which plays into the recycling part of the brokering. If I see that they have a lot of cardboard, and I mean a lot of cardboard, we're hauling every week on this dumpster and it's full of cardboard. Have you thought about getting a baler? Because we can bale this down, and if you're producing at least a semi-truck a month of it, I'll buy it from you. So I'll pay you money for baled cardboard.
Interesting. There's a lot in the waste disposal industry that I had never thought about. baling cardboard and brokering.
And the funny thing is a lot of people don't realize recycling is actually a big thing, not on the consumer side, but on the industrial side. Okay. The consumer side, it's so easy to contaminate. You got one person who does the wrong thing and it ruins it for everybody. The whole truckload becomes contaminated.
What could they do to ruin the whole thing?
So the simple enough is you have people who have their boxes all set to the side, and you have that one guy who throws in a pizza box. Oh. The wax coating on it is not a recyclable item. Or at an apartment complex, you'll have everybody who's doing the right thing. They'll throw in the plastic bottles all washed out clean. They'll throw in the cans. They'll throw in the cardboard boxes. Mm-hmm. And then lo and behold, someone's just lazy, doesn't throw the trash bag into the trash side, and they throw it into the recycle one. So now you have a whole thing of bag of trash inside of the recycling, contaminates the whole bin.
And then you can't recycle the whole bin.
So some places are good about it, and they will take it in and dump it at the recycling center, and they have hands-on sorting it out, and they'll grab the bag out. And that's taken care of. You have other places that don't put that much labor into it, and it's all automated. And so the machines are going through, and it will chunk out a whole bunch of it, or especially with it being bags, the bags get caught in the rollers. And so when recycle companies see the bags, they're like, whoa, we don't want that. We're not going to pick through it. Just push it over here. And so they'll push a whole chunk of the recycling over here, just so that way they're not hands-on picking out bags.
It makes sense. There's a lot of noise that I've heard about, people will say, well, why do you recycle anyway? It just goes into the same spot. Do you know from your experience what percentage of stuff that we put in the recycling bin actually gets recycled versus really trash?
Depends on the company that you're using.
Okay.
So some companies are going to say they recycle and they don't.
It's just marketing. We'll recycle this and just toss it in the trash.
Yeah, it's the facility that they go to may not be a recycling facility. I've been at a company where they would have the trash go through, and it would pick up trash on this side, and then it would zigzag and grab the recycling on this side in the same truck and just go back and forth. And they had two trucks doing the same thing. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just put this truck recycling, this truck trash?
Right.
If you're taking two trucks and they're going through, it didn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. But so there's definitely people out there doing the wrong thing and claiming they're doing the right thing. So there's a lot of vetting. What I had customers do is they would take a Apple chip, the Apple tag, air tags, throw it into their recycling, and they would watch where it goes. And then they would come to the company and say, you are not recycling my recyclables. It's going to the trash.
Nice.
And so we would say, well, did you look at the facility we took it to? It does both waste and recycling. There was always an answer for everything to counter it. But, being the face, I'm like, well, no, I didn't know that. And that's horrible that you're paying extra money to recycle and we're not recycling it.
Yeah.
It was even worse when I found out, hey, you can get paid for your recycling and we're charging you more for it.
Yeah. So you can, the customer can get paid for the recycling?
If you have a bulk amount of recycling, absolutely. If you have the shrink wrap that goes around pallets, if you get a bunch of that and you bailed, and like I said, truckloads a month is what people are looking for. Your cardboard bailed, your shrink wrap bailed. Right down the street in Pendergrass, you guys have a bottle manufacturer who does the PET bottles. They do bales of that stuff. It's worth money. It's worth a lot of money. We re-shred it down, turn it into pellets, and sell it back to people to make anything from clothing to new plastic products.
Yeah. Or, they put it in the diet. I need my microplastics every day. So
it's delicious, right?
It's good. It's good for you. So how did you get started in this industry?
So I was actually recruited by a friend of the family. I was in the warehouse industry prior to down the street working for Safe Light.
Okay.
And so I had done my time there. COVID hit and they laid off a whole bunch of people. I was one of 30 that got to stay. And so we had 30 people doing the job of 200. And it got to where they're like, we need you to stay. We need you to work 15-hour days. And I'm like,
jeez,
I work to live. I don't live to work.
Yeah.
And my mom's friend came and said, hey, we need a sales rep. And I think you got the personality for it. Would you be interested in selling trash? And
selling trash.
Yeah, that exactly. That was the thought of, ew, trash. Why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
I'll go be a real estate agent. Got my license for real estate, but started thinking about the trash side of things. And she came up for one of my daughter's birthday and was like, yeah, the trash world, it's actually great. You get a salary, you get a vehicle reimbursement, and then you get commission on top of that. And a lot of our sales reps will make close to 6 figures.
Wow.
And yeah, I was like, oh, really? Do I have to touch trash? And sometimes you do. Yeah. So it just depends on the relationship you have with the customer. I've done some weird stuff for the trash service. I've climbed into trash bins to pull stuff out in order to help the customer. And you see a lot of weird things too in the trash world.
Yeah, I bet.
But
so it didn't scare you off, obviously, because you jumped into it.
But
you were hesitant, I guess, when
absolutely.
When was it your mother's friend who?
Yes. So I've known her since I was 12.
Okay, family friend. Got you interested.
Mm-hmm.
You were hesitant. What made you decide, yeah, this is something I'm going to take a jump into and try it out?
It was something new, essentially. I wanted to get into sales. My mom had been in sales. That's how they met. They both worked for Reebok together back in the day.
Oh, cool.
And so sales rep, entrepreneurship, it's kind of hand in hand.
Yeah.
You know, being a salesperson, you create your own income. So, but having the security blanket of a salary on top of the mileage reimbursement, I was like, well, okay, we'll give this a shot.
Yeah.
And plus at the time working at SafeLight, the salary for a sales rep was more than what I was making hourly, working close to 15 hours a week or a day.
Per day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. So you jumped in, worked for another company. How many years were you at that company before jumping out on your own?
So I was there about 2 years before that company had a whole upper management change. Mm-hmm. And I went and actually got a job at Republic Services here.
Okay.
So went to Republic and worked at Republic for maybe about a year before my mom's friend reached back out and said, hey, I'm with another company. Come with me. We'll get you into management.
Cool.
It's like, awesome. Management and sales. Perfect. I already loved trash sales. Republic was an amazing company. Loved working for them.
Is that the company in Barrow?
Yes.
In Barrow County?
So they're out there in Winder.
Okay.
And amazing company. I have nothing bad to say about them. Left them to go and work for this mom and pop company that was growing rapidly. They had already bought 4 companies when I got there. And they were private equity backed. So they had all this money infused into them and they were using it to buy up all their competition.
Jeez.
And that was my first red flag. They weren't growing organically. They were growing by acquisition only.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that if you want a successful business, because as soon as people figure out that you are under the new flag of a new company, I really liked, Ben's waste away. I'll just go and find someone else. I don't want to be stuck with a company I don't know and don't have relationships with. So they end up leaving. So it's not a good system. You got to get a rep out there to go and build the footprint for you and grow organically.
Interesting. So even in an industry like the waste management industry, relationships are important.
Absolutely. Your relationships are the only reason people will end up staying with you when you have price increases and go through the tough times with you. If there's no relationship building, there's no business to be had in any business.
Yeah. I would never have thought about it though in necessarily an industry like yours, right? That my relationship with my rep or my salesperson would be that important. When you think of it more of like I guess waste management is like a commodity, right? Like I just want the cheapest one maybe. But you're saying, no, that's not been your experience.
It's not it. No, because a lot of times cheapest one's not always the better one anyways.
Yeah. Because they're not taking the recycling to the recycling center.
True. Well, you might have some of the cheap ones that are doing the right thing. It's just whether or not they can perform to the level that you're needing them. Now, a customer that has a dumpster that needs to go, like a law firm, your dumpster only needs to go once a month, depending on the size of the dumpster you have. You don't produce a lot of trash.
Yeah.
You can play around with your trash haulers. Somebody that needs pickup 2-3 times a week, and they need it on strategic days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, especially in an apartment complex. If it's Friday and you get missed that day and we're not coming back again until Monday, that means you went from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, weekend, Sunday. By Monday, you're overflowing. You have rodents coming in and cats and everything. Now with there being rodents, you have snakes trying to eat the rodents. So now you have snakes by the trash can. No one's happy.
A lot of stuff you never think about. Interesting.
So that's where cheaper isn't always better if they're not reliable and consistent. So making sure you have someone reliable. I'll pay $20 more a month. I'll pay $20 more a month to make sure
I don't have snakes.
I don't have snakes
in the parking lot.
Exactly.
Interesting. You also mentioned that private equity is now in this industry buying up.
They're buying up the mom and pops like crazy.
Okay. I've heard about them doing that in other industries, but now they're in the waste management industry as well.
It is, and it's not that great.
Yeah.
When you look at it,
it's probably not great if they're in any industry.
Any industry, because the purpose of a private equity group is to make profit.
Yeah.
Everyone's job is to make profit. Now, the private equity group, they're used to getting a ROI on their investment like that.
Right.
And waste contracts are, oddly enough, 3 to 5 years long.
Really?
So if I sign someone up for waste, I'm signing a 3-year to 5-year contract, which means when I'm talking to you, I'm asking you, when is your contract coming up? Because it's not going to be a done deal today.
Gotcha. You can't flip them.
No one's a done deal today unless you're willing to pay liquidated damages to get out of your contract.
Gotcha.
So I play long game of 3 to 5 years of building a relationship with somebody. So when the time comes, again, it's all about relationships. And their rep should be continuing that relationship with them to where when I walk in the door, they're like, no, we're good. We know this guy. I mean, he treats us well.
Right. But if that rep drops the ball and their 3 to 5 year contract is coming up and you're around building that relationship, you can take that business.
Absolutely. And that's the name of the game.
But PE probably is not going to be around, right? They're, you think of some company like BlackRock or whatever buying up these places. They don't have a relationship. They don't have, they might have boots on the ground as far as a salesperson, but that person is only concerned about the bottom line too, right? Not building a relationship with the customer.
Right. So it's funny you say BlackRock because there's a BlackRock recycling I just did business with the other day. So I'm like, wait, you know BlackRock? So yeah, your PE groups, they are they're pushing the reps to where you're losing good quality sales reps who have been in the industry for years and they have the relationships, but they care about how many sales did you make this week? This week? My goal is to do 3 sales, maybe 4 sales a month because that is how long you need to have a long pipeline.
Yeah.
Constantly putting in dates. So asking why am I not getting 3 sales a week? You must be looking for temp work and not for permanent work. And there's a difference. So the P's don't get it. They want to see immediate returns. Yeah. And that's where your reps get worn out and they don't like to have to answer every single day to why didn't you sell 3 things today? It's not feasible. Not in this industry. You don't know the industry. Let the professional who knows the industry Let us handle it. You'll see a return on your investment. It just takes time.
Yeah. Interesting. But that's not how they work.
No, that is not how they work.
Yeah. I think private equity dipping their toes into a lot of industries. They're even doing it in law. Some other states have taken away the requirement that an attorney own the law firm. And that's always been the way. Like, you can't share legal revenue with non-attorneys. I think Arizona may be the first state to have sort of done away with that. So we're seeing some of that in our industry as well. But I don't think you're going to get the same level of service because they're focused solely on, returns.
Oh, yeah.
Their investment, not building a relationship. And
see it now, calling you up. Hey, why didn't you chase that ambulance down the street?
Yeah.
Like, that's not the brand I'm going for as an attorney.
Yeah. Well, some of us are ambulance chasers. Others,
right. That's why I use that terminology, just because I know that for trash people, they see us as slimy salespeople.
Yeah.
No, I'm a relationship builder
Yeah.
that happens to handle trash.
Yeah. And I'm an ambulance chaser that happens to build a relationship with my clients.
Exactly.
After I chase them down. You mentioned some crazy stories. What are some of the craziest things you've seen in this business?
Oh gosh. Okay. So in Atlanta, there's a, the homeless population in the wintertime will actually go into the dumpsters and shut them off for warmth in order to stay warm in there. And so the trucks, typically, if the driver's, senior and has done this several times, will go in and they will tap the trash can.
Let people, if there's somebody in there.
If there's someone in there,
let them know.
It's, hey, you're about to be dumped.
Yeah.
But we've had guys that will go in and fork the trash can, go and tip it up, and all of a sudden they have someone crawling down the front of their window, and it scares.
It's a human.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're crawling down the window trying to get out, and it's like, oh, well, we didn't see that coming.
That's awful.
We've had apartment complexes that don't get dumped enough. Will have a rat problem, and so they'll have to go to unhook the compactor, and there will be snakes all over the place. Or when they go and open up the compactor to dump it, you'll have an avalanche of rats just out at their feet.
Golly.
And then one of the other ones we dealt with, we had a person who was a taxidermist, and they put all the deer carcasses into the trash can.
That probably smelled good.
Well, it wasn't so much that. It was when the driver dumped it and compacts it in, and then they have the liquid pouring out the back of the truck that is a bunch of blood. And so now you have the police officers pulling them over like, what do you got in there? And they're like, well, let's go dump it and find out. And they see mangled meat, and they're like, and it had to be traced back.
Okay.
To say it was the taxidermist. It was not a body.
Gotcha. But if somebody wanted to hide a body, you find a taxidermy shop and you throw it in their garbage.
Thank you. I'm like, I am not.
This is not legal advice. I'm just hypothesizing here.
No, I would not recommend a taxidermist. Now, there's companies that have a pre-crusher, and those crush motors. Like, they will make a motor disappear.
Oh yeah, I think are those the ones that like spin? I think I've seen them on
Instagram. That's a different one. That one will crunch up stuff. But no, there's one that's just a battering ram that keeps pressing until.
Oh, and that's on the truck, or where's that?
That is on a. You'll see them at warehouses that have big hoppers, and
Gotcha.
Those a really big one. They're expensive.
Yeah,
not a lot of people buy those, but pre-crushers are about $100,000 pieces of equipment.
Nice.
But you can throw engine blocks in them and it will smash it to a pancake.
Very cool.
Yeah.
For you mentioned you're a one-man show, but you've got a helper, it sounded like. Mm-hmm. To scale your business, do you think that's Is that something that you're looking for? Is that a goal of yours to scale it? Because you may lose that personal touch, the relationship, but tell me about your thoughts or goals there.
So my thoughts there, there's the guy that I'm partnering with, he lives out in Texas. So he handles the far west side for me and has all the connections out there, which is why I've partnered back and forth with them. And I do the same thing for him out here, and we just work together. I would love to find more connections like that. And that's a lot of the recycling game is just like that. We'll partner back and forth with different brokers, and commodities will be traded, and everyone's just trying to make 1 penny a pound, if anything. So there's a lot of partnerships that happen in the recycling world. When it comes to the valet waste, that's more of I'll have to find a good way to expand on that area. I would love to expand on it because as far as cost, the apartment complex pays for the trash. You literally hire somebody to go through 5 days a week and go through all the apartments, pick up the trash, walk it down, throw it away. There's no real cost other than the employee. So when I go in and I charge the customer $12, $15 per door a month, and they have 300 doors, if you factor in that it costs me $50 a day for the employee 5 days a week, that's $250. You're looking at $1,000 in cost.
Gotcha.
But you're looking at $3,000, $4,000 in revenue minus $1,000 in cost.
Gotcha. So for the valet side of it, you or your employee is going to the door, picking up the trash, taking it to the dumpster that's already on site, and then another company picks up that dumpster a couple times a week or something. So
we can go that route with it. I also offer those apartment complexes the ability for me to manage the trash services for them. So again, my partnership with trash companies comes in play, and I say, hey, I'll manage this. I'll give you a bill, and I'm marking it up that $50 to manage it. It helps me because my guys or myself right now, our eyes are on site. And so we're able to see it and say, you're full. You probably need this hauled. So they're not having to manage it. Your person who's managing it and calling in the hauls is also the one picking up your valet waste.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're the ones filling it.
What are some things that people may not know about the industry that maybe they should know or that would be interesting?
About the trash industry. So I know right now a lot of people out in my area, they have to use, in Winder, you have to use the trash the city provides you. And that's bid out maybe every 5 years or so. And yeah, it's the bids that go out isn't what you're paying. The city's clearly going to mark it up to cover some additional costs as well.
Okay.
So when they say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm paying $38 a month for one container. Well, you're not. A portion of that $38 a month is going towards that one container. The remainder is going to pay for limb debris pickup. It's paying for the random bulk item pickup that you get whenever you want to put something out. It's paying for the street sweeper that's going up and down to make sure the roads are clean. So it pays for a lot of other things as well.
So it's not just the trash can that you put at the curb. It's all those other services that the city will provide. You're paying for that as well.
Right. So they see it as $38 for one trash can. It's like, no. There's more to it. Honestly, it probably only costs $12 or $13 for that one trash can a month because it's a government bid. So we're going to go really low on government bids for that residential trash.
Gotcha.
Because you're getting quantity. And there's a lot of franchise areas around Georgia that are like that.
Franchise areas?
So where you live in a franchise area, whether it's a city or a county, and you have to use the trash they provide.
Okay.
Just like out here, you have Jackson Power, I believe.
Jackson EMC.
Jackson EMC. Yeah. You have to use them. Georgia Power can't come in here. It's franchised. So you have to use Jackson EMC. That's franchise area. Now, there's free market areas in other areas, but for power, it's a little different.
Yeah.
But it's
more of a free market guy.
Yeah, me too. I like the free market areas. You could sell anything.
Yeah.
But for some franchises, they find it beneficial to consolidate and say, we're only going to have one hauler in here. So you got to bid on that occasionally.
Gosh. Do you have any plans on expanding into, say, government contracts or?
I just bid on my first government contract.
Yeah?
So I'm actually today should hear back if I get one of the military bids for their cardboard recycling.
Okay. Interesting.
So that will be a decent one. It'd be one haul a month. And the bad thing about government contracts for that one in particular, I have to buy the material before I get it.
What material? The cardboard?
So I got to buy it from them and I got to hold my price firm for a year.
Huh.
Even if the market drops. Huh. Yeah. That's where I'm playing a risky game. So I'm not offering them nearly as much.
Right.
Just because if the cardboard market plummets, I'm on the line. And so I need to make sure that I'm well cushioned.
Gotcha. And how often do those markets fluctuate?
Once a month.
Okay.
On the 5th of every month, the cardboard market is updated.
Interesting.
So yeah, on the 5th, it's called a yellow sheet, comes out and it will tell you, hey, based off of this area, cardboard is worth so much per ton.
And who sets those rates?
There's a company that just kind of has that standard and everyone's kind of looks to them, but it's supply and demand essentially.
Interesting.
So the paper mills know, okay, we're seeing a downtrend in the market. We're not getting as much paper and we need it because we're trying to sell more paper and cardboard. So I guess we'll pay more for it. Now, plastic recycling, it is you call and get pricing and it could change day to day.
Okay.
So it's just supply and demand on that part. They might say, look, we're full this week. Can you hold on to it a little longer? We might buy it from you.
Gotcha.
So you just turn around and find someone else who will.
Interesting. Do you ever find anything, I guess, that people are throwing away that's valuable that you'd want to keep or sell?
Laptops.
What's that? Laptops?
You know how many people take their laptops to
I only know of one guy. His name was Hunter.
So yeah, they'll take them to recycling facilities or a metal place, and they're like, "Can you take it and just destroy the?" Absolutely. The company I worked for, they take the hard drive out, which is all your data on there. They'll punch a hole through it and melt it all down, take everything out of it. But then the computer itself, they take it and they send it over to third world countries and sell them for $100 a computer. So,
interesting.
Yeah, they'll get pallets of them of people saying, "Hey, we're looking for a way to destroy the data and get rid of the e-waste." And between that and shrink wrap, the clean shrink wrap that doesn't have stickers and it's all the clear. If you have a lot of that, I have people who pay more for that than they do for metal.
Really?
So shrink wrap can be worth about 15 cents a pound. Meanwhile,
what do they do with it?
It turns back into a pellet and then they can turn it back.
So they break it down
shrink wrap.
into pellet and then just recreate shrink wrap.
Yep. They'll melt it down into an oil and then turn it back into a plastic or injection grade and reuse it for anything. But
interesting.
It melts a lot better. So there is a higher demand for that milk jug. The milk jug from a industrial side, not from a consumer side. Once you get milk in it, it's nasty. we had a shipment of post-consumer milk jug that came in, and it smelled horrible for several months in the warehouse. But milk jug, once you shred milk jug down and it's clean and filtered out, we can sell the regrind for about 60 cents a pound.
Oh, wow.
And if you think a truckload holds about 40,000 pounds of it. So yeah, you're looking at what?
20,000?
Yeah. Dollars.
Nice.
On a truckload.
Awesome. There's a lot of money to be made.
There's a lot of money to be made on the recycling side.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anything else interesting in your industry that we hadn't talked about that?
No,
I think would be interesting.
waste and recycling it's not that interesting. It's interesting for me, but as far as
I'm finding it interesting.
there's a lot that people don't realize. The Southeast is a hot market right now because everyone thinks, as most people do, it all ends up in the same place.
Yeah.
So there is a high demand for it. There's a lot of people who want recycling on an individual level, and until we can really refine and get the measurements put in place to do what California is doing for residents as far as recycling, kind of require mandating and having an outlet for everyone. Until we can get that implemented, the residential side's gonna slowly build. Mm-hmm. But the industrial side, all day, I can deal with recycling for them.
Interesting. The name of your company is Night Owl.
Mm-hmm. Night Owl Waste.
Where'd you come up with the name?
Oh, it was my wife. Because I originally wanted to be Mr. Waste, and that was going to be for me and someone that I was going to partner with. Uh-huh. Last name's McCormick. Hers was Rosenhan. So it was going to be MR Waste, Mr. Waste.
Gotcha.
And my wife was like, well, that's not cute. If she's not going to be a part of it, then you need to have something cute. Have like an owl, like a cute little night owl. And I was like, okay. Night Owl Waste, reliable services now. NOW, Night Owl Waste.
I like it.
So that was it's like, I can play with that. I can work with it.
Yeah, your wife's a smart woman.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
How can people find out more about your company, Night Owl Waste? Where can they go?
www.nightowl.com. We have all the services we provide, and you're able to get a hold of me on the website, or you can call my cell phone number as well, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have.
Awesome. Anything else you think we need to know about your industry, your company?
Not at the moment. And it's simple. It's just trash.
Yeah. Well, sounds like there's a lot more than it's just trash. I think you're simplifying it. I learned a lot that I didn't know about.
Yeah, it's one of those where I would love to go out, and I do a lot of site visits, and I'm able to tell you, okay, this is what you have, this is what I recommend.
Yeah.
And so each person is different, and it's not a cookie cutter
one size fits all type of deal.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, that's good to know. And building relationships, no matter what business you're in, I'm finding, the waste industry. Who would have thought that building relationships was crucial to trash pickup and waste valet services?
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Learn something new every day. Awesome. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.